There we go. 2 minutes go by, I'm trying to turn this thing on, and I realize I didn't even switch this thing on. So what came first, the chicken or the egg? And the answer is the Telecaster. Yeah, here we go. Does it chug? Does it chug? Yes. Wow. Hey YouTube, Beanie from the bedroom here. Just wanted to do a quick comparison of the Telecaster single coil pickup with this Harley Benton $126 Telecaster bird's eye maple neck. Stand it. It's got the D'Addario colored round backings for strings, so they're good strings. Although, you know, just a little bit, rusty. That's why I don't put the D'Addario strings on. That's why I put DR, pure nickel wound strings. That's the back. I haven't touched this guitar really since I got it. I just put it in tune and played it, but it sounds great. And like I said, it's a super light. I'm just using the finger just so the guitar doesn't fall over, but I'm holding it with one finger. See, poof. Lightweight. Roswell single coil pickup. Harley Benton TC60. So this has the thin C-shape 60s neck profile. 21 medium jumbo frets, nickel, nothing, no titanium, no stainless steel, but good nevertheless. I still can't get the plastic off from inside the side of the pickup that goes in the pick guard. For you people in England, it's a pick guard, not a scratch plate, a pick guard. So that's that one. Keep my hat on. It's my G&L Legacy something tribute series. This is a 2012. I don't think they make them with the maple fingerboard, but it's a gloss maple front and back. I happen to love that on a fingerboard, on a maple neck. If it's maple, the back is nice when it's satin, but I prefer the front, even if it's a baked maple neck. I prefer it still to be glossed. I think the only ones that I know of that's doing that are the Larry Carlton Stratocasters that have a roasted maple neck and fingerboard, and I think the back is satin and the front has the gloss on it, which is not only does it make it look super cool because it darkens the color of the wood, but the action is just right there. What is it, 21 medium jumbo frets on this one as well. sorry, 22. Tremolo system is fantastic. I did get this back from Guitar Center after a couple of months to have them replace the nut. I did give them the graphite nut, and not only did the tech, because he doesn't know what he's doing, he's a newbie and a youngin, I should say, and a newbie, messed up my complete setup. So I had to spend about 20 minutes setting up the neck, setting up the saddles, setting up the bridge, the strings in the back. He cut the nut for the strings here. The nut isn't cut, I should say, deep enough. So instead of going from an E to an F, I'm going from an E to an F sharp. Rolling it around in my head whether or not to bring it back there and have him cut these strings down, because the whole nut is high. And when I do finger picking, I hear it right away that it's out of tune, and it drives me nuts. So I might be making that trip back to them. But this is the single coil, and again, you've got two tones, but this is tone and this is bass. It's all about the bass, no trouble. So with the treble down between 3 and 4, and the bass turned all the way up, this is how I saw Richie Blackmore showing how to do it. With one thumb. He's like, you could do it just with one thumb. I met the guy. I was worried. He was at my friend's studio, and on Long Island, and my buddy, good friend of mine, I used to train him, said, come on down, bring your guitar, and have Richie Blackmore sign it. And I said, no. Everyone that I know that knows him or met him in the industry said that he's not a nice guy. He's my first guitar hero, so I don't want to shatter that illusion. And what do? He lived next town over from me on Long Island, and I ran into him in the supermarket in Stop and Shop in Miller Place, of all places, and buying cat food. So he's stacking up the cans of cat food in his arm. I walked past him with my daughter, and I noticed him right away, and not even thinking, you know, hey, excuse me, are you Richie Blackmore? And he just turns and puts his hand right out. And I'm having a conversation in my head saying, I've got Richie Blackmore right in front of me. Richie Blackmore is talking, but I'm having a conversation in my head. Like a schmuck. But, yeah, so this one... If I go down any lower on the treble knob, it's going to sound like the wah-wah pedal is on. Like, see, like that, and then I crack it up, and it's like, it's almost like that same thing. So I just don't like that thin, glassy kind of pickup sound. Middle one, the Robin Trower. So yeah, that's that. I don't know if you could hear it in the video. Anytime I watch YouTube videos, if I don't watch them on my TV with surround sound, I watch them on my computer, not a laptop, just a regular computer, and I use headphones, and I could hear everything better. I could hear when I'm talking through the microphonic pickups, and I could hear the echo coming through the amp, but I can't hear unless I have headphones on. But so I don't know if you could hear the difference between these single coil plastic cover pickups, and these are original factory. And like I said, I got to play with the knobs to really thicken the pickup up. And compared to the Roswell open side ribbon pickup on the Tele, I still think the Tele pickup sounds a whole lot better. And again, compared to the Eric Johnson pickups on the Eric Johnson Signature Series guitars, which I had two of them. I had the red one and I had the Sunburst. You got to bring the knob down to 3 for the tone knob for the treble pickup to get it to really sound good. But you still have to stack it with a pedal. And the thing that what Eric Johnson does is he stacks it with mainly that overdrive pedal that's got the tube in it, or a fuzz pedal like the Fuzz face. I have the fuzz pedal that's equivalent to the Fuzz face. Just for the hell of it, let's hear how that sounds. This is the Fuzz. That's pretty thick. That sounds like the neck pickup. So yeah, that's what Eric Johnson would do to even thicken up that between the Fuzz and that Toneworks, I think it's called. I'm not sure if it's got an actual tube on the inside. I really don't remember, but he's got one of the first ones, the older ones. And I had one of those too. It didn't really float my boat, but and again, I didn't keep the guitars. They look great. The only difference is they didn't have a back plate on it. I personally like a back plate on all my guitars. A lot of times I'll just leave 2 screws in case I need to get to it to adjust it. Because in my ear, I hear the difference. I think it sounds thicker and warmer with the back plate on. I think when the back plate is removed, it sounds higher and thinner. It's got more of a tony pitch to it. But that's my story, and I'm sticking with it. Like I said, I think the Tele's better, and the Eric Johnson pickups are I think a little bit hotter and better than these by far. But again, I have a treble and a bass controlling all the pickups instead of just tone, however they go with a Fender. Tone, yeah, I think it's tone, and then the other tone is for these two. So, and for the Eric Johnson fans, you know, don't think I'm ripping his guitar apart, because I had some communications with him, and he didn't like my opinion about things, and we had a bit of an argument over it. And of course, every Eric Johnson fan jumped on the bandwagon and went on his side. I think maybe 5 people pretty much agreed with me on my point of view. But I wasn't going on just to argue. I was just saying, yeah, that's a great idea, but... So, yeah, that's the difference between the two. And again, I love this guitar. I love it mainly clean, for playing clean songs. You know, Shadow stuff or Venture stuff. A couple of my clean songs, I like to use a Strat, because they don't have any distortion in them. But again, I should switch, because this is lighter for me to hold with my shoulder than this one. This one is this one is almost like a Les Paul. The weight of this is almost 9 pounds, maybe 9.5. This arm is my scale arm. it tells me the true weight. This one here, again, Harley Benton. Now I'm sure Harley Benton has a Strat single coil. I don't doubt it. I haven't seen it. I don't look for them. I don't need one. I only need one single coil Fender Stratocaster in my life. I like humbuckers, a little bit of a shredder, more of a fusion kind of player. That's what I consider myself. And again, that's my story, and I'm sticking with it. But you could probably find a Harley Benton bargain equivalent to this one. But this thing here, $126, and it sounds simply amazing. So that's the difference between the Tele and the Strat. Have a good day, better tomorrow. Did I get it? No. No.